Hello everybody, and just here, and welcome back to Shangri-La Frontier, episode 13, which puts us into the second half of the season, and I have to wonder, are we getting a new opening, ending, are we not? We'll see in this episode. Of course, this episode is late, as you probably can see, but my excuse is that it was Christmas. So I spent a lot of that time with my mom, I spent some of that time with my grandma, I spent some of that time just doing nothing, eating Christmas food and resting as Christmas should be spent. So I have nothing to beat myself over. But yeah, we are here with Shangri-La Frontier, episode 13. What happened in episode 12? Well, in episode 12, we, that is Sanraku and Kei Uomi, that's his name inside of Shangri-La, went on to grind some levels to get strong enough for the whatever is the name of that boss that they are going to be fighting. They need to get level 15 because the boss will reset them to level 50 anyway, so they don't need to get anything higher, but level 50 needs to they need to achieve. Thankfully, Sanraku's new weapons require level 50, so he will be able to use them despite being lowered in levels. Also, Sanraku has another weapon as well from the Queen Bee, and it was forged by Bee, fittingly. So he's not entirely just, unarmed, should anything happen. Emul even got some levels, and in the ruins they went to, Emul was also saved by Kei, which is great, because we love Emul and we wouldn't want anything to happen to her. They got the boss of the area, fished it out, killed it multiple times, got the levels. They aren't quite at 50 yet, but they are getting there. What else? Sanraku learned that he made a big mistake by skipping First Year, because in First Year there is a tutorial that tells you about your abilities, how you can merge them into one, how you can level them, how you can get access to new abilities, because some of them have special unlock conditions. He just completely bypassed all of that by skipping First Year, and now he will probably have to make up for it, because he wants to grow stronger probably, and that is certainly the way to grow stronger. Additionally, the Pencil Knight, arrived again to check up on them, and she also said that there is someone, Setsuna, I believe is her name, maybe, probably, we'll see, who is tied to the boss we're gonna be fighting, and we need to visit her first to get access to the boss arena or something along those lines. So that's where we are going right now. And knowing Sanraku, knowing the fact that he is already on a quest line that kinda is tied to all of those world bosses, chances are he might trigger some sort of a special event. That would at least be something that I think might happen. There we go, let them glow for a couple of seconds before they grow dim again. So yeah, that's about my expectation for today's episode. We're gonna go visit the NPC. Some sort of a unique scenario will trigger, or it might not. Again, we'll see about that. And maybe Sanraku will set off to First Year. I know, could happen now, could happen later. There is still time until the battle with the boss, so he doesn't need to rush it. He's well on his way towards level 50 as well, so he can just get level 50 and then go to hunt for some abilities. There is nothing stopping him from doing that, of course. Okay, I think that does it for a summary of the previous episode and for what I'm gonna be watching in today, what I suppose is gonna happen. Now I'm looking at the camera and I'm not sure if it's good or not. I had to turn off my ring light again. This time it's because the wall brick that it connects to the outlet and the USB cable from the ring light connects to it, it just burned. It just zapped some smoke and started smelling of burnt electronics, and it's dead, and I'm gonna have to find another one. I thought I have so many, right? Every single phone comes with it, but apparently not. Apparently I don't have as many as I thought I have. Yeah, regardless, let's watch this episode. How about that? To do that, you will of course need your subs to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. And I'm gonna have to ask you for support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon or YouTube down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word. It costs you nothing and helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching Shangri-La Frontier episode 13 in 3, 2, 1, go. I'm still not a huge fan of how time-wasty this intro is. I know that it's like 30 seconds or something, but it still feels like such a waste of time. I really hoped that we're gonna do away with it in the second core, but apparently not. Apparently we need to have constant reminders of what this show is. No new opening. Okay, I guess that's also fine. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really do like the first opening, but I was curious whether the second opening is gonna hold up the candle, or is it just going to be worse? Is it gonna be better? But alas, we continue with the same exact opening. And there's maybe some, subtle changes. Adding some new characters to it or something. Not that we've met that many new characters that weren't in the opening already, so... But no, it seems to be the same exact song and the same exact visuals. Which, again, good. Good song, good visuals. I was just curious what else can they achieve. Only resentments about the end of life remain. Yeah, that seems to be the story of the tomb guard something, right? A door opens. Trial and error, probably. Yeah. You just happen to be in the area, you see an interaction prompt pop up, and you just click it out of curiosity. I love Sanaraku's smug face. I love their chemistry in general. They're great. Rei is not going to be pleased when she notices Sanaraku with K, is she? Oh, that can be a whole bunch of drama. Those are some pretty flowers. Yeah, I concur. They don't even look CG. And here's Setsuna. Or, well, her ghost, at least. I mean, that's how he was conditioned. Arthur Pencil Gun, yeah. Not Pencil Knight, Pencil Gun, okay. I always get those two, you know. I always mistake those two. I mean... Oh, right! Right, you do have the unique scenario. Mixed up. That's the word I was looking for. That also works. Weathermon. Yeah. That's a great pose. Oi cazzo. Sooty? Who's that Sooty you mentioned? Visage? Sooty because he works in a forge? Yeah, probably. Probably. Sooty's blessing twice, right? The Vorpal soul or whatever, and Vorpal weapons. Cinderella? Emul's mother, perchance? And yeah, it does seem like it's a unique scenario. Just as I thought. Unique scenario EX. Not just a unique scenario. EX. So, hereabouts? Could probably ask Visage. Okay, so this is not your place of rest, but rather some random Lily Valley. With a very dead tree. Something tells me this tree will come to life eventually. Oh. Yeah, that's the sci-fi part. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. The underside. Sounds an awful lot like the other world. In the first place, the bunglers from before weren't even trying to defeat Weathermon. She has a certain spot in her heart for Setsuna. I mean, apparently. I love them. It's a PvP zone? Really? Also, again, I love those low angles. She didn't join a PKing guild for no reason. Go easy on Emul, though. You can kill Sanaraku and Oikatsu, but not Emul. Yeah, I mean, how many genocide runs can you have, right? I mean, Sanraku himself got invested in Rabituza, didn't he? Yeah? Right, Pencilgon did, Sanraku did. Gaming is fun. Also that, yes. You're not a part of it, I'm afraid, Emul. You can be a liaison with Visage should anything happen. Oh, for a moment I thought that it's already been 20-something minutes, but no, there's more. What level are you? Okay. So leave Katsu to grind and you can go to Firstia. Exactly. Okay. That's good. Yeah, no need to visit Firstia, it seems. I'm actually getting curious about Firstia now. It's like we're like purposely completely bypassing it. First, initially, because he went for the second town. Now, the skill garden actually exists in Rabituza, so we don't need to go to Firstia after all, right? Oh, and we know whose the butterflies are. Thankfully, pulling the plug doesn't kill the player. That's a great name for a rhinoceros beetle, or whatever it is. Hercules beetle, I think. And Rumi is a fashionista. No, he's just friends with her. And will that cause his sister to also start playing Shangri-La? Yeah, that's also important. Also, amazing shirt, just says Kuso. Who's your father? I don't know, a writer for a newspaper or something? Yeah, it's like an ocean fish, like a sunfish or something. Hey, fish is good. I had fish and chips today. Okay, so everybody has like really strong drive towards their passions. That's interesting. Ara ara. Yeah. All right. It's gaming time. Energy drink downed. Time to game. Another great track. Burp. Oh, right. This one where he fought Katso once with those like glitchy attacks. His sister. 100%. Either Rei or his sister. I can't quite hear the voice. I mean, I hear the voice, but I can't put it to the face. I mean, the voice reminds me of Emul in the first place, but I don't think Emul escaped the simulation. Amazing charge. Gomu Gomu no Punch. It's a very slow fighting game, just, you know, by the way. He just glitched away. Actually, I would love a series that's just burp. That's just fighting in burp battles and story mode and whatnot. I find the concept of a game where using glitches is pretty much a part of the gameplay, like, really appealing for some reason. "100%. Either sister Rumi or Rei also started playing Ksoge. Where are you, Shangri-La? There we go. Papara. Let's see. Rumi, yeah. Rumi plays Shangri-La to meet Toa. Rumi slash Rei is the player in after credit scene. Not a mini. Calligraphy. What you gonna write? Sanraku? Oh, I thought he was just gonna write one big Sanraku, but no, it's a whole letter. How formal. Yes. And the next one is gonna be way too casual. Maybe the previous one was. Way too many Danya. Just DM him in the game. Yo, wanna play? That's all it takes. No need to overthink it. And here's the mini. Christmas, how topical. You're more of an Easter bunny, though, but sure. Ray? Oh, yes, of course. It's getting a little bit creepy. More than... Maybe more than a little bit. What was I writing? Rumire is the player in Berb. Episode 13. Okay, well that was a good episode. That was a very good episode. How about we watch it again? Shall we? Intro OP. There we go. For the record, that was 2 minutes 14 seconds. That's a lot. On full moon nights, if you look at the luminescent moss on the wall, part of it remains darkened. And yeah, stumbled upon it just by complete coincidence. Yeah, which means that Oikatsu is the only one of their group that hasn't found any sort of a unique scenario yet, being a keyword here. I wonder if he will or he won't. We'll see. Also, I wanna see Spider Lily, meaning Japan. Final goodbyes. Red spider lilies, specifically. Yep. Associated with final goodbyes, and legend has it that these flowers grow wherever people part ways for good. In old Buddhist writings, the red spider lily is said to guide the dead through samsara, the cycle of rebirth. Fits perfectly. Also, just a really pretty flower. I know, I really like spider lilies. Just, you know, this is not a full moon. Just saying. Just saying, it's full moon, actually. Actually, though, do we see the moon in the outer world? No, we don't. It's just obscured by the canopy. Oh, full moons. Why did I think that it's on the new moon? No, it's on the full moon. I know why I thought it's on the new moon, because Setsuna explains that the magic works based on the moon, so the magic would disappear when the moon is not there, so on the new moon. So I thought that everything is happening on the new moon. But apparently not. It's pretty but creepy. I mean, yeah, once you know the meaning of the red spider lily, for sure. Is it a bug? No. It's an NPC. Setsuna of the bygone days. Not very fantasy, correct. And I love it. I really, really like the... I don't want to call it a trope. Because in my experience, it's way too rare to be a trope. Tropes are usually associated with something being overused, right? But the thing, I guess, the narrative, where the world building, I guess, where the current world is fantasy, but it used to be sci-fi. I really like it for some reason. There was that book, Dragon Riders of Pern, I believe. Yeah, Dragon Riders of Pern. Spoilers for the book, just in case. Where it is revealed that humans arrived at the planet via a spaceship. Eventually, if my memory serves me right, that is, because I've read that book like a long time ago. And that spaceship is buried somewhere in the forest, and that's about where I stopped reading, so I don't know where it goes. But I really like that. I really, really did. So yeah, that was the spoiler for Dragon Riders of Pern. What would be another piece of media in general that would use this trope, for the lack of a better term? Nothing really comes to mind. Which is weird, because I'm getting the vibe that I've read or watched something along those lines, but no actual names come to mind. In any case, I really like it. So I really like that this is actually what's going on here in Shangri-La as well. Is she from the settings Age of Antiquity, the divinity? Yes. And the unique scenario. When the souls of the divinity are shaken, a rabbit shall tell an epic tale. The souls of the divinity, I would assume Setsuna and Weathermon. And the rabbit shall take an epic tale, I would assume Visage telling the tale of how it was with them. Or we're gonna meet a new bunny. We'll see. In any case, unique scenario. That's good. New group, man of 100 skills, except you have just one, Vorpal, and like 4 usable abilities from what we've seen. But no, you're just Stooge 1 and Stooge 2. That's an interesting pose for Oikatsu. I was expecting something more, I know, badass, but it's just a jester pose. This is a lore drop. I've never met a person with Sooty's presence applied to them twice. Sooty equals Visage. How do you write it? Visage. Yeah, not visage as visage, but visage. Sooty's presence applied to them twice. Once the weapon, that much is obvious. Second time, the training and the color that he got, but nothing really was left from that color, not like he's wearing it right now, so I'm not sure. And accompanied by Cinderella's child. Apparently, Cinderella equals Emul's mother. I don't know if that will be relevant in the future, but just in case, let's note it down. It's nothing really, just nostalgia, which begs the question, how old is Visage exactly? If he was, you know, friends or acquaintances at least with someone from the Age of Antiquity, a couple 100 years at the very least. Yeah, unique scenario. Initially, I thought that this is just for Sanaraku, but no, this is apparently the quest to kill Weathermon. Since guarding my grave, yeah, he was in this. I was in this state. I wonder why. That might be relevant. Death is an ending. Things that end should lie in the past instead of running around as undead. Cyborg-ish undead, from what I gather. And later we learn that he used a program. I'm sorry, a spell. Interesting. It almost seems like some sort of a meta story, right? Where it is a game. It was programmed by someone. So program spells in this game are actually programs. Because everything in this game is programmed, right? There is some meta story going on, I have a feeling. Some sort of a meta story leaking into the real world, semicolon, spells are programs. Whatever would be the repercussions of that. A spell that I wrote to create a barrier here. Yeah, anachronistic word indeed. Good on you for noticing. By using the mana that dwells within the moonlight and inverting the coordinates to the underside of the dimension, so out of bounds of the map. Right? Because every map in a game is just a flat, well, not flat, but one-sided plane. And underneath, it's, you know, the lower side of that plane, usually without that texture because it saves rendering resources if you just render faces on the one side, but whatever, right? There is the other side of that plane. So you could say that it is the underside of the dimension. Impossible for anyone to reach that location, but on the night... Okay, this is where I got the idea of a new moon from. And now it's possible to get there, so we gotta jump through the crack and fight him. Indeed. So is it that on the full moon Setsuna is here and on the new moon Weathermon? Makes sense, right? Makes sense. Please put Weathermon to rest. We will. This is great. I really love when they like break the illusion of them being characters in the game, and I mean it in the best way possible. Because very often, I already talked about it, so I'll be short. Very often, when an anime takes place in a game, the fact that it's a game gets pretty much sidelined, and every character behaves as if they were characters in the game. In the game's story, they are fully, entirely, 100% immersed. Not so much here. There is place for banter, there is place for reminiscing of older games that they played, there is place for all those memories, for laughing at your friend, right? We aren't just confined to the reality of this game. Everything else also exists and existed. Also, I love Oikatsu here. What is this feeling? Is this a soul? That was a mistake to enable PvP inside of this zone. Yeah, go easy on Emul, though. Go easy on Emul. And yeah, there's that pencil gun that we know and love. And she just like Setsuna. She was just captivated by her story. Some people probably already ship Towa with Setsuna. I would not be surprised if that was the case. I can get emotionally invested in a game now and then too. Yeah, I don't have to always treat the game as just my playground. Sometimes the story is actually good, and I actually can get invested in it. Whoop-de-doo. I love the banter, I love the chemistry between all of those characters. You guys are as stupid as I am, indeed. And back to the real world. This is cool, that Oikatsu is level 46 and Sanraku is already 51, means that they don't need to rush the Weathermon, despite Sanraku already being on the level. He can leave Oikatsu to grind, and he himself can go to the skill garden. It does make me wonder, though, not why would the skill garden be in a Rabituza in the sense of game design, but rather in the same sense of narrative. Why not Firstia? Why are we avoiding Firstia? Because at this point, we are just avoiding it. At first, okay, Sanraku just, didn't go there, bypassed it completely, whatever. Sure, that works. But now he can go to first year to the skill garden, but conveniently there's another one that isn't in first year. I don't know. There's something about first year. There's something about first year. Some things up about / in first year that keeps us from going there. Rumi? Question mark. The rest comes down to my personal skill. Yep. Mother, who likes entomology. Sister, who likes fashion. And father, who likes fishing. This is cool. I really like that Sanraku is like stopping himself from mentioning Towa, right? He's like, Pencil, Towa, she deserves her privacy, He didn't just blab about it. I fully expected him for a moment there to be like, oh, Towa, well, she's not that great, actually. She's kind of psychopath. I've been playing with her for like years, and don't meet your idols, kid. But no, he's keeping Towa's privacy in mind all this time. Cool, I like it. I really do. I'm part-timing as a model, yeah. Could it be to buy a VR setup, perchance? I have to ask Dad for publicity. I'm assuming that Dad writes for some sort of a newspaper or something. Maybe. And here he is. Likes fishing more than 3 meals a day. Rakuro's father. Also, I find it really interesting that the like full dive VR is a thing in this world. It's this technologically advanced to this point, but the TV is just a regular normal flat screen. It's not some, hologram. They're not using semi-translucent tablets instead of magazines, right? The technological level of this world is pretty much the exact same as ours, but they just happen to have a VR MMO or full dive VR technology. I know, it's just interesting, I guess. What are we eating? Sunny side up with, that's not bacon, that's like mini sausages, and some salad with tomatoes. Sure, that's not a bad meal, although it's missing some carbs. Couple slices of toast, maybe, something along those lines. A bun, maybe, a bread roll. We have to eat and talk together as a family, and then we can just give ourselves to our hobbies. This is cool. This is nice. I actually really like this family dynamic. Like everybody for themselves, sure, okay, but there is family time, and the family time we spend together. Besides that, it's free for all, but this like set time we just spend together. I like it. I just like it. I wish to have a family now so that I can impose this sort of a rule in my household. Yeah, that's cool. That seems just, I don't know, healthy to me, right? Everybody has a space for themselves, and they have a space for the whole family. The best of both worlds, really. I made friends with a marlin fisher, so I might go on a real excursion next time. And yeah, of course, freshly prepared fish is, well, depends on the fish. There are some fish that you need to let like marinate overnight. There is fish that we eat on Christmas in Poland. What's the translation of its name? Oh, it's just carp. It's carp in Polish and it's carp in English. Carp smells of like mud so fucking bad that you need to let it sit in, I think it's like a bowl of milk or something, overnight to get rid of that fucking smell. I hate carp. I haven't had carp for the past years, but it's a traditional fish for some godforsaken reason. I mean, I know for some reason. I don't remember all the details, but it has something to do with like carp being really cheap under communism and the communist government promoting carp as a Christmas fish because nobody wanted to fucking eat it because it's a goddamn bottom feeder and it smells the worst, so they made it an artificial tradition and it's somehow stuck. Yay, communism, right? I'd rather Japan, where their traditional meal is KFC. Time to return to the world of my interest. Weathermon is a non-stop source of single-digit frame attacks, instant death moves and area attacks, so perfect for Vorpal, so that you can avoid the instant death attacks. Berserk Online Passion. What's the voice? Like my first thought, Emul. But that cannot be Emul. Rei? I don't think it's Rei's voice. I have no clue. I'm trying to look for like similar looking characters because everybody likes like having the same look in every game for some reason. Mana would be my maybe other guess. Maybe Mia, the like PvP loving third playing character. I don't know. I know who could it be. I don't know who could it be. My bet is on Rumi, although I'm not 100%. He hasn't beaten the last boss, apparently. Also, while the voice is clearly feminine. No, couldn't be Oikatsu. Oikatsu already has an avatar in this game. Glitches are fair game. Of course, this is a glitch game after all. Gomu Gomu no Punch. Or Pile Bunker. This is great. Just a part of the model is left behind and the rest glitches away. Burp is full of bugs that the players have discovered through trial and research. I really, really like this concept. I really do. People make games that are like purposefully left vulnerable to hacks so that you play those games to, you know, anything goes. There are also like Minecraft servers, right? 2B2T, the most famous of them all. Although there's been some drama with 2B2T ending or something like that. Whatever. But people like make games that are purposefully made to be hacked, and they're even like multiplayer, or they're usually very simple, like, I don't know, base building or something, whatever. But I would really like to see like a bigger game in this style, fighting game, where you genuinely have to discover and cause bugs to occur, and that's a legitimate combat strategy. I don't know, it's just a cool idea. Also, no new ending either. Just, thought I mention it as a formality. Calligraphy. I pray that this initial letter might find you well. I hope you have not taken ill in this summer's frightful heat. I was both pleased and honored by your acceptance of my friend request. It's really simple, girl. You don't need to fret over it that much. And you don't need to go into the, school gal kind of a writing style either. Writing letters is so hard. I want to try calligraphy one day. I know, there's something appealing about just writing being art. As you can see, I don't have the best the best writing, so maybe it would do me good to learn some calligraphy. I even have like a proper ink pen somewhere in here. There it is. There we go. It uses like proper, right? It's like a proper pen, except it's dry. Yeah, it goes to show how much I use it, right? All right. Make it approachable. I really hope. I mean, hope. Yes, hope. I really hope that Rei notices Sanraku going around with Oikatsu, and there's gonna be drama about it. As long as the drama doesn't last long. Because there is not a thing that I hate more, that I loathe and abhor more in anime than the girl of the show seeing the boy of the show with another girl at a shopping mall in episode 2. And then there's tons and tons of drama, and in episode 23, it turns out that the girl the boy was with at the shopping mall was actually his sister. And those 20 episodes of drama were for fucking nothing and could have been avoided with a simple question. Hey, who's this girl with you? Is she your friend or something? I fucking hate it, and I hope they don't do that. They've been really good about those like romantic undertones so far, so I hope they keep that streak. And a mini, oddly enough, really on time, Christmas episode. Well, Christmas episode, Christmas minis, so they could have added it to any episode really. Spend with your loved ones, have a wonderful day, Merry Christmas, fuck the couples. And everybody gets a carrot, except Rei. Rei gets Sanraku cake and faints. She's hopeless. She's truly hopeless. There we go. There we go. Cable. There we go. So, good episode. I really did enjoy it. It was fun getting the lore drops. That was probably the best part of this episode, honestly. Getting the lore about Shangri-La, getting the about the world of Shangri-La, getting the lore of Visage a little bit. Those like tiny little drops. It's cool. It's really cool. I really like it, and especially since the world building really like fits my tastes on every single possible step. That's really cool. What else? I like, again, that we have some life outside of the game, even if it is just to introduce Sanraku's family, although I have a sneaking suspicion that introducing Sanraku's family is actually going to be relevant somehow. Perhaps my first, of course, assumption is that Rumi is playing Shangri-La as well. Other assumption would be that perhaps it is the mother, that it is Eika who's playing Shangri-La. Actually, where do I have it? Rumi, Rei. Rumi plays Shangri-La to meet Towa. Okay, next page. Sure, whatever. Eika. Mother plays Shangri-La. Maybe she's one of the guild members of the guild that Animalia leads and discovers all the insects that don't exist in the real world. Could be. Actually, oh boy. Every member of the Hizutome family could find something in Shangri-La, couldn't they? The father could fish fantastical fish and creatures and beasts. The mother could find all sorts of critters for her collection. Rumi could wear all sorts of clothes and transmog. Are they all playing Shangri-La? Are they all playing Shangri-La? Semicolon. All of the family is playing it for fishing, animal collecting, fashion. We know about the system of jobs that Oikatsu also mentioned that you can get in first year. Fashionista, fisherman, plant animal collector, tamer. Something thereabouts. Maybe. It would be cool. It would be fun. It would be interesting for sure. Anything else about this episode? Nah, I think that's it. I really enjoyed it. As always, there hasn't been an episode of Shangri-La that wasn't enjoyable, so that's a given at this point, really. Mixed feelings about the lack of a new opening. On one hand, good, because the current one is perfectly fun. It's really great, so I would hate it if they replaced it with a worse one. But on the other hand, I'm kind of wondering what they could do with another one, right? What sort of visuals, what sort of music. If the first one was this good, there is a chance that the second one could have been even better, and I would like to see that. But it could also have been worse, and I would hate to see that. So it's like neutral that we didn't get a new one. I love the characters, I love their interactions. They are very realistic in the context of like playing multiple games, being a gamer in general. I love the world of Shangri-La, and I just spent this time really good. So I guess that's gonna do it for today. But you guys, maybe you have something more to add. If so, say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode, my reaction, my theories, stuff like that? No spoilers, please. Spoilers, go to my Discord, here also in the description below. Like this video if you did. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future videos, not only Shangri-La, but also Magia Record, Shy, fuck, everything ended. Many shows of the next upcoming season as well, and the shows that I have to yet to finish, plenty. I also stream sometimes, so click the bell to be notified when I go live. I'm gonna be having a big seasonal stream soon-ish, so stay tuned for that. Support the channel as well if you want monetarily on Patreon down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Magia Record, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me directly on YouTube itself via memberships, super thanks, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word, it costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! Excuse me. There we go. Here's my wonderful patrons: QB, Without a Net, Survivor, Zayrain, Akumaster, Dr. Ward, Marsh, UKL, Fassel, and Hans Peter. And you can join them without having to wait for the full moon.